What is 3.3 is the easiest way to compose, extend, and observe every service in your stack in real time. Every backend starts as a project before the first line of business logic. Queues, cron, HTTP, state, observability, agents, and sandboxes each usually bring their own integration story. 3 collapses that into one live system surface. 3 worker add queue, 3 worker add agent, 3 worker add sandbox, 3 worker add anything. Each worker joins the live catalog. Every other worker is notified and can call it immediately. Browse available workers at workers.3.dev. That is the agent story too. When a task needs a capability the system does not have, an agent can add a worker, discover its functions, call them, and trace what happened. Same interface a developer uses. 3 primitives: worker, function, trigger is the entire mental model. Workers are processes that register with a 3 engine and then register triggers and functions. A TypeScript API service is a worker. A Python data pipeline is a worker. A Rust microservice is a worker. Any functionality can be transformed into a worker with a few lines of code. Workers can also create other workers at runtime, so agents and applications can extend the system while it is running. Triggers are anything that causes a function to run. A trigger can be a direct call to a function, an HTTP endpoint, a cron schedule, a queue subscription, a state change, a stream event, or anything else. Triggers are declarative. The worker defines this function runs when this thing happens, and 3 handles routing, serialization, and delivery. Functions are units of work with a stable identifier, for example content::classify or orders::validate. It receives input, does work, and optionally returns output. Functions exist in workers. By mapping everything a service can do to these 3 primitives, 3 creates a development process that is both effortlessly composable and completely observable. What changes before 3? New observability tool, uncountable integrations, new agent harness, separate retry config, separate traces, separate timeouts, new queue, vendor evaluation, procurement, and weeks of integration. After 3 worker add observability, 3 worker add queue, done. It is in the system, traceable, and callable. Platform teams publish workers. Application teams register functions and declare triggers. Agents use the same catalog and the same function calls. Extending 3 is 3 worker add. Composing 3 is calling functions. Observing 3 is opening the trace. Quick start 3 project init myapp to scaffold a project. Then change directory to myapp and run 3 to start the engine. Need to install 3 first? Full walkthrough is in the quick start guide at 3.dev. Add workers, install new capabilities into project with 3 worker add. SDKs for Node.js, install the 3 SDK package with npm add 3 SDK or npm install 3 SDK. For Python, install the 3 SDK package with pip install 3 SDK. For Rust, add the 3 SDK crate to cargo toml. Agent skills, install 3's agentable reference material with npx skills at 3hq/3/skills. Skills cover every 3 primitive, HTTP endpoints, queues, cron, state, streams, custom triggers, and more. Console, the 3 console is a developer and operations console for inspecting workers, functions, triggers, queues, traces, logs, and real-time state. See the console docs at 3.dev for setup and usage. Repository structure, the repository is organized as a monorepo. Engine contains the Rust core runtime, modules, and protocol. SDK contains SDKs for Node.js, Python, and Rust. Console is a developer console built with React and Rust skills. Is a generatable reference material website. Hosts the 3 website. Docs contains the documentation site. See the structure file for the full layout, dependency chain, and CI/CD details. Examples, see the quick start guide for step-by-step tutorials. Resources, documentation at 3.dev. Clean engine on GitHub at github.com/3hq/3. Console source at github.com/3hq/3/console. Examples at github.com/3hq/3 examples. Contributing guidelines at github.com/3hq/3/contributing.md. License. The engine runtime is licensed under the Elastic License 2.0. All SDKs, CLI, console, documentation, and the website are licensed under the Apache License 2.0. See contributing guidelines for additional details.